Mangaru's Tutoring Services, Mathematics Classes.
Critical thinking questions. Please attempt all of the questions in the worksheet before looking at the solution. Contact Mr. Mangaru if you would like to get the worksheet. On the question section number 1. So we can see that Ariel got twice as much as Rashid, and then Christian got half as much as Rashid. So Christian got the least amount. Instead of saying Christian got half as much as Rashid, we can flip that around and say Rashid got twice as much as Christian. And Ariel got twice as much as Rashid. So that's a total of 7 boxes. 7 boxes is equal to 84. They gave us that. So we say 84 divided by 7 is 12. So the opposite of multiplying by 7 would be dividing by 7. So Christian got 12. Rashid got twice as much, which is 24. And Ariel got twice as much as Rashid, which is 48. Number 2. Twice as many boys as girls. So girls would be 1 box, boys 2 boxes. So that's a total of 3 boxes. So in terms of a fraction, boys is 2 out of the 3, which is 2/3. So they spoke about adults. So let's find the children. Boys plus girls would be the 185, the total. Take away the adults. So that's 105. They're asking how many boys. So since the children is 105 and boys is 2/3 of that, we can work that out to get 70 boys. Twice as many females as males. So males will be 1 box, females 2 boxes. Again, similarly to the last question, the total of 3 boxes and a fraction of 2/3 for females. This time they gave us a total. So 2/3 of the population is females, so that's 600, and 3/4 of them are students. So 3/4 of the females is 450. So Ray got some of the pages. Terrell got 2 more than her, and Miles got 4 more than her. So Ray got the least, which is 1 box. Terrell box plus 2, and that should be Miles. Let's change that quickly. Right. So we find the total, which is 3 boxes plus 2 plus 4. So that's 3 boxes plus 6, which is equal to 198. So we minus the 6 to get 192, and then we divide by 3 to get 64. So Ray is 64, but Miles is 64 plus 4, which is 68. Sandra kept some and gave Elizabeth half the amount that she kept. So Sandra kept some and gave Elizabeth half the amount. So Elizabeth got less. Instead of saying Elizabeth got half of Sandra's amount, we can say Sandra got twice as much as Elizabeth. So that's a total of 3 boxes. Is equal to 147, which was given. So we divide 147 by 3 to get 49. Elizabeth got 49. I will not solve 6 and 7, but you can take a look at the answer. I will go through number 8. So this is the answer for number 6 and number 7. For number 6, Sheldon got 49 and Nick 41. And for number 7, Jan got 192 and Sarah got 96. Okay, number 8. So stamps are shared among Sadie, Lola and Jasmine. Sadie got 6 more than Jasmine and Lola 12 more than Sadie. So who got the least? He gave Sadie 6 more than Jasmine and Lola 12 more than Sadie. So Jasmine got the least, right? Sadie got 6 more than Jasmine, and then Lola got 12 more than Jasmine. So we need to put down Jasmine's amount for Lola and then 12 more. Not 12 more than Jasmine. Huh? Persons make that mistake a lot. Alright, so we're going to total these. So we can kind of like, let's see, we can kind of rule this out because we wrote this as this. So we can leave this out. So we're going to count the boxes. 3 boxes plus 6 plus 18. So that's 3 boxes plus 24. 3 boxes plus 24 is equal to 132 as was given. So we subtract the 24, we'll get 108 and then divide it by 3 to get 36. So Jasmine's amount is 36. Sadie is 42 and Lola is 54. Okay, so we'll do one of these because both of them are very similar. So let's go with number 9. Jesse had 275, so each person has a different amount. How many pieces must Jesse and William give to Kyle? So it's really like 2 questions. How many pieces must Jesse give to Kyle and how many pieces must William give to Kyle? So the question should have been structured that way. Okay, so we're going to find a total. We get 650. We determine the equal share everyone should have so that they have the same number of pieces of Lego. That's 250. But everyone doesn't have 250. Jesse has 275, which is 25 more. And William has 310, which is 60 pieces more, right? You can see the difference here, the calculation here. Alright, so as I said, we're going to skip number 10. Let's move on to some fractions questions. Number 11. 3 times as many boys as girls, okay. 1/5 of the girls take box lunch, while 1/3 of the boys takes box lunch. So 3 times as many boys as girls means in total we have 4 boxes. Okay, we don't have to go that way. We could actually leave it as girls is 1/3 of the amount of boys. Right. So we should really start here. Boys, this is talking about boys that don't take box lunch. So 1/3 take box lunch, so 2/3 don't take box lunch, and they told us 100 don't take box lunch. Right? So if we know 2/3 is equal to 100, we can find the total boys by flipping the 2/3, multiplying it by 100, and we'll get 150. So we have 150 boys in total. From this here we can determine that girls is 1/3 of boys, which is 1/3 of 150 is 50. And they said that 1/5 of the girls take box lunch. How many girls do not take box lunch? So 4/5 of them don't take box lunch. If 1/5 take box lunch, 4/5 don't. So what is 4/5 of the girls? 4/5 of 50 is 40. Okay. Quarter of Trent's carrots was spoilt and the rest was good for sale. He sold 2/3 of the good ones to Davina. Alright, so let's see. Let's first determine the good carrots. So quarter was spoiled, so we have 3/4 good ones. He sold 2/3 of the good ones, so that's half. Alright. Trent sold 5 carrots in a bag for $6. So $78 was spent on carrots. So $78. Each group is $6. So how many groups do we have? 78 divided by 6 is 13. And each group is 5 carrots. So 13 times 5 is 65 carrots. Remember, we worked out what fraction was sold. Half was sold, and a half is 65. So if 65 is a half, we multiply 65 by 2, we get 130 for the total. Okay, let's try this one. So they said 1/6 of the remainder were women. So 1/3 is men, so the remainder is 2/3. 1/6 of 2/3 is 1/9. Right, we can see the working there. So we're going to add men and women, 1/9 plus 1/3 to get 4/9. So how much is children? Yes, we simply take away adults from the whole to get children being equal to 5/9. So now we have children and adults. How much more is the children than the adults? Children take away adults is 1/9. So the fraction is 1/9. Children is 1/9 greater than adults, which they told us is equal to 5 persons. So it's really 5 children more. So that 1/9 is equal to 5. So we can find the total. So there are 45 persons. Right, we will skip this one. This one is similar to the last one we did, number 8. Alright, number 15 looks interesting. There are 144 students in a school. There are twice as many girls as there are boys. So boys will be 1 box, since there are less. Girls twice as much, 2 boxes. So that's a total of 3 boxes being 144. So how much is boys? Well, boys is 1 box, which is 48. Girls is twice as much, so that's 96. Okay. So what are they asking us? How many boys and how many girls are in each class? So boys in a class, no, this will be not boys in a class. Lower down here will be boys in a class and girls in a class. This is boys in total, girls in total. Oh, we worked it out, sorry. So this is boys in total and this is girls in total. This is boys in a class and girls in a class. We divided by the amount of classes. Alright. So what we have here, B, what percentage of the school are girls? So we know that we have 96 girls in total and we have 144 students in total. So when we multiply this by 100, we will get 66 and 2/3%. Alright, we will work out number 16. Number 17 is not difficult, so we'll skip that one. Alright, let's shift this down a little. Or let's shift the question up a little. Alright, 60% were children, so we can start by working that out. 60% is 3/5, right? And then of the children, 3/8 were girls. So we can say total take away girls is boys, which is 5/8. 2/3 of the boys were under the age. Let's see what's happening here. So the children is 60% of the children. Of the children. Right, so of the children, so this is children, 3/5 is children. Of the children, 5/8 is boys. Because that 3/8 is girls, the remaining 5/8 is boys. So not of the total, but of the children. So out of the 60%, a fraction of that is boys, which works out to be 3/8. So then they said 2/3 of the boys were under the age of 12. How many boys were over the age of 12? So if 2/3 of the boys were under the age of 12, it means 1/3 was over. Right, 1/3 is over. So from here we have 3/8, the boys is 3/8, and 1/3 of them is under. So 1/3 of 3/8 is 1/8. Yeah? Alright, so then we have another method. We can say, or we can use the total from the beginning instead of at the end. Alright, let's see that method. I think most persons would prefer the method too. So 60% are children, so we work that out. 3/5 of 120 is 72. And then boys is 5/8. So 5/8 is 72. It's 45, so we have 45 boys. How many of them are over 12? Well, should that be under 12? Yes, that should be under 12. Right, so 1/3 of the boys are under 12, so 1/3 of 45 will give us 15. So we have two ways that we can work it out. Alright, let's look at another question. In a survey, 5/6 of the persons preferred traveling by boat to Tobago. The remainder preferred to travel by plane. 75% of the persons who prefer to travel by boat carry their car. Oh, this sounds a little bit complicated. 25 of the persons traveling by boat do not carry their car. How many persons prefer traveling by boat? So, firstly, they told us that 5/6 of the persons prefer traveling by boat. So that means 1/6 prefer traveling by plane. Right, the remaining fraction. So boat is 5/6, right? They said that boat who carry their car is 75%. So boat without car is 25%, which is a quarter by the fraction for boat, a quarter by 5/6 works out to be 5/24. Now remember, they told us that number 25 of the persons traveling by boat do not carry their car. That is why we worked out traveling by boat without car. So we worked out the fraction 5/24 is equal to 25. So we have a fraction is equal to an amount. We can get a total. Flip the fraction and multiply. So we get 120 persons in total for the boat. But remember, those traveling by boat is only 5/6 of the overall total. So we can use this to now find the total for everybody. So we flip the fraction again and multiply, and we get 144 total travelers. 1/6 is for plane, and that's 24. What are they asking? How many persons preferred traveling by boat? How many more persons prefer traveling by boat than by plane? So boat, take away plane, is 96. Okay, let's do these last 3 questions for fractions, and then we can move on to money. 4/5 of the children in a class get to school by bus. Get some water. %50 of the remaining children get to school by walking. So if we have 4/5 is by bus, the remaining fraction will be 1/5, and if half of the remaining fraction walk, so that is half of 1/5 is 1/10. Okay, the 4 remaining students ride their bikes. So if 4/5 is bus, 1/10 walk, what is the remainder? That remaining 1/5, take away the 1/10, will give you the remaining 1/5 after bus, take away those that walk, will give you those that ride bike. Or we could say, to make it simpler, we could say the 4/5 for bus plus the 1/10 for walking is equal to 9/10, and we could say 1 whole take away 9/10 is equal to 1/10. That is essentially what was done here. Right? So bike is 1/10, and 1/10 is equal to 4 persons, because they told us that here, the 4 remaining students. So we can get a total, which is 40 students. The population of a village is 540. 3/5 of the persons are females, so we can work that out. And then it said 2/3 of the remainder are males, so we can find the remainder and then find 2/3 of it. So we have males and female. How much is children? We just subtract. We can simply add males and females and subtract from the total to get children. They said that 0.25 of the children are babies. So we just find quarter. Quarter is 0.25, which is 18. Easy. Right. 20% of the marbles in the bag was green. Alright, this is an easy one, so we'll skip this one. Okay, so let's determine the combination of nuts that will give us the total spent. So he paid with 50 and got 785 change, so we must subtract that to get 42.15. So we have almonds, peanuts, and cashews. We are saying that he spent in part 15 cents. So what can give us 15 cents? 3 packs of almonds. So that's 3 times 3 or 5 is 9.15. So we can take away the almonds. We'll remain with $33 for the peanuts and cashews. So how much cashews and how much peanuts? Well, let's try some combinations. 5 times 5 is 25, and 2 times 4 is 8. So that will give us the remaining $33 to be spent. So it's 5 cashews and 4 peanuts. So this is your answer. Mangoes were purchased in heaps of 5 for 20. So how much would $200 give us? How many $20 do we have in 200? We have 10. So that's 10 heaps. Each heap have 5. So that's 50 mangoes. 2 of the mangoes were rotten and the rest was good. So 50 minus 2 is 48. And then it was resold or sold in heaps of 4. So out of the 48 mangoes that were good, how many heaps? 48 divided by 4 is 12, so that's 12 heaps. Each heap was sold for $25. So 12 times 25 is 300. So he spent 200, so that's the cost price, and he sold them for 300. So selling price take away cost price will give you a profit of $100. And then the profit, he used that to buy more mangoes. So how many $20 heaps he can get? From 100, that's 5 more heaps. Remember, each heap has 5, so 5 5s are 25. Okay, so we have 3 items: juice, pizza, and burger. We want to determine what combination will give us $116.25. So far we have $31.25, so we can actually say, well, let's subtract that. Let's say 116.25 take away 31.25. Right, so we need to make $85. So right, so if we buy 2 pizzas, that will give us $25, and that ending of that 5 that we need would be there. And then 60, we know 60 plus 25 is 85. Alright, let's take a look at number, what's that, number 19, number 28. Okay, it's numbered incorrectly. Right, so we have tissue paper that is packaged in 2 rolls for $6.50, 6 rolls and 12 rolls. Right, we don't have any single rolls. So Jane wants to buy 34 rolls. What is the best combination that she could use? So the first method I used, or first combination, is 3 dozens. 3 dozens is 36. So even though we got more than 34, that's fine. It's not a bad thing to have 2 extra rolls. So $24 per dozen. Right. Wait, hold on. No, not $24. Yeah, $24 per dozen. So we have 3 dozens, right? So 3 times 24 is 72. So that's $72 for 36 rolls. Option 2, we can work out the exact amount, which is a 34. We can say, well, 2 dozens, that's 24, plus 6 is 30, plus 4 is 34. Right? If we work that out, we get exactly $77.50. Now, which one is cheaper? This one works out to be cheaper. It's actually $72. So when we buy it in a dozen, or we buy it in dozens, we get 2 more, and we got it for less. We got 36 for $72. This way, we got 34 rolls for $77.50. Right. So buying 3 dozens is the cheapest combination to get at least 34 rolls. You even get 2 extra. Option 2 is more expensive and you get 2 less rolls. 2 less than option 1. Okay, number 20. A closed store has a promotion. For every $30 spent, the customer gets a coupon worth $5, which can be used to purchase any item. How much money would a customer need to spend to collect enough coupons to purchase an item costing $197 using coupons only? So that is important. You can only use coupons. So it means that you need to obtain a total of $197 in coupons. So you have to spend a lot of money to get that amount in coupons. So every time you spend $30, you get $5. So how many $5 do we need to reach up to $197? So 40 times 5 is equal to 200. So we need 40 coupons. And for every coupon, you have to spend $30. So that's $1,200. Wow. Grapes are being sold at $8 per kilogram and strawberries $12 per kilogram. Grandma has $180. So we need to buy the same amount of kilograms of each. So what we'll do, we'll find the total for 1 kilogram of each. So that's 8 plus 12 is 20. And so how many sets of 20 do we have in 180? That's 9. So she can get 9 sets of that pair. So 9 kilograms of grapes and 9 kilograms of strawberries. So how much kilograms of each? 9 kilograms.
Thank you for watching. If you have found this video to be helpful, please feel free to contact us for more information about our classes.